Aloha, this is Skye, your soulful progressive with FNN, Feminist News Network, that feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to Skye at the DNC View Party. Yes, commentary, polls, and facts. You got it, yeah. Now let your friends know if they missed out, Skye's watching it with soul. Now, what am I doing? I am pre-recording because it's a pre-recorded show. DNC. I would like to do it live, but I ain't got the technology because I broke one of my computers, so I got my crappy computer up here, but we can hear it, we can see some of it, and we can watch it. And I brought somebody to the viewing party with me. I have Saxman Matt Moore with us today. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, folks.
All right, he's going to help give commentary. We just missed the Black Caucus meeting. I just saw the very end of it, and I was busy putting in my 2 cents because there's like a chat area where you can chat on it. So I've been chatting, yeah. I got something that Amy Goodman and Mr. Moynihan wrote up with Amy Goodman reading in regards to black women and the fight for voting rights with women, period, and how Kamala Harris is standing on the shoulders of those women. And I got a little slideshow to go with that so you can have some visual too.
Kamala Harris stands on the shoulders of great women. August 26 marks 100 years since Congress ratified the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, guaranteeing women's right to vote. The amendment states, "The right of citizens of the United States to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex," unquote. Unfortunately, the amendment was not implemented equally, and many states created laws and other impediments that continued to deny women the vote. African American women were subjected to the same Jim Crow laws that had already been used to deny African American men the vote. The movement for women's suffrage began early in the 19th century and was closely connected to the movement for the abolition of slavery. Senator Kamala Harris's selection as Joe Biden's running mate is a consequence, however late, of these early intersectional struggles for freedom and equality. Harris is the first vice presidential nominee of a major party to be a woman of color, as well as the daughter of immigrants. Her father, Stanford economist Donald J. Harris, is from Jamaica, and her mother, cancer researcher Shyamala Gopalan, was of Tamil ancestry from India. At her first campaign event with Biden, Harris acknowledged
all the heroic and ambitious women before me, whose sacrifice, determination, and resilience makes my presence here today even possible.
A seminal moment in the women's suffrage movement was the 1848 Seneca Falls Convention in upstate New York. It produced a declaration of sentiments that read in part, "The history of mankind is a history of repeated injuries and usurpation on the part of man toward woman, having in direct object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over her, having deprived her of this first right as a citizen, the elective franchise, thereby leaving her without representation in the halls of legislation. He has oppressed her on all sides," unquote. Renowned abolitionist Frederick Douglass, who'd escaped slavery in his youth, was the only African American who attended and was one of the men who signed the Declaration. The controversial demand for women's suffrage was hotly debated, and Douglass spoke in favor of its inclusion. He later reported in his abolitionist newspaper, the North Star, that the women-led gathering was, quote, "an extraordinary meeting marked by ability and dignity." He continued, "In respect to political rights, we hold woman to be justly entitled to all we claim for man. We go farther and express our conviction that all political rights which it is expedient for men to exercise, it is equally so for women," he said. Not long after, in 1850, Sojourner Truth, another formerly enslaved person, remarked in her best-known speech, "I think that twixt the Negroes of the South and the women of the North, all talking about rights, the white men will be in a fix pretty soon," she said. Another who advocated for women's suffrage was Harriet Tubman. She escaped from slavery, then became a legendary conductor on the Underground Railroad, making dangerous trips back to the southern slave states to help others escape. During the Civil War, she was a spy for the Union Army and became the only woman to lead troops, leading 150 African-American troops on the Combahee River Raid, freeing 700 enslaved people and destroying several plantations. Harriet Tubman was to be honored on the centennial of the 19th Amendment with the release of a new $20 bill bearing her portrait. But Donald Trump and his Treasury Secretary, Steven Mnuchin, put a stop to that. Trump prefers the old version of the $20 bill, with Andrew Jackson, a fiercely racist, slave-owning president, best known for the Trail of Tears, forcing indigenous people to march from their ancestral homelands in the southeast U.S. to Oklahoma. Thousands died on the forced marches. Crusading anti-lynching journalist Ida B. Wells, labor organizer Lucy Parsons, civil rights leader Fannie Lou Hamer, presidential candidate Shirley Chisholm, Congressmember Barbara Jordan, and countless other African-American women leaders forged the path that Kamala Harris now walks, often at great risk and without recognition or reward. Trump is dead set to undermine the struggles and achievements of these women and the social movements they led. He and many in the Republican Party are desperately trying to suppress the vote of millions by crippling the U.S. Postal Service. Voting by mail is critical, particularly to communities of color that are being hardest hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. Trump has already unleashed racist and misogynistic attacks on Kamala Harris, and as the final 3 months of the 2020 campaign unfold, they'll only get worse. During one of Sojourner Truth's speeches, as she was heckled by men, she fired back, "You may hiss as much as you please, but women will get their rights anyway. You can't stop us, neither." I'm Amy Goodman with Dennis Moynihan.
Wow, that was pretty good. I liked it, standing on the shoulders of those before you. What you think about that?
Very well done, Amy.
Yeah, along with Monahan. They're both co-writers on that.
Okay.
And yeah, and when I hear this, the first thing I think about, does she really understand the shoulder she is standing on?
I don't think she really does.
No, I don't think she'll even do a policy that the women whose shoulder she's standing on would have already have done if they had the power to do it and complete it, like she's going to have the power to do, but won't do it at all. She'll just do anything the establishment will tell her to do.
She seems to be a ideology, just a political opportunist.
Exactly. And we know Biden ain't going to do nothing for women except sniff their hair.
Try to grope them.
If he can remember what he's doing anyway. You know, this try true, vote blue, nothing else will do, doesn't sit well with me when I know there's a Green Party out there with Angela Walker, who is a ADOS VP pick and ex-Marine, so she understands the struggle that we are all in, because she is of the working class, and I rather vote for a working class than elite. I'm just, you know, I'm in a mourning phase myself for all of America that cannot be woke enough to really realize what's going on, so we can work toward stopping this avalanche to a failed state, you know. But that's how it goes. So, well, I hope you enjoyed and liked my DNC viewing party recap of the Democracy Now! Standing on the shoulders of Kamala Harris. Yeah, that was a really good talk, and giving commentary on that with a new view with my little slideshow there. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Stay in touch. We're going to do more live from the convention. well, pre-done, like they're pre-done, you know, whatever. So,
Kudos for the slideshow.
yeah, thank you. So we'll be back to do more videos this whole week long. So just stay in touch, and remember, if you want to contact me, that's FeministNewsN@gmail.com. Don't forget to like to the YouTube channel and subscribe to the YouTube channel and Facebook page like that. And if you want to contact me or donate, just hook me up on the email and I'll give you information to do that. Alright, because I broke my computer. I need a new computer. So, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace.